I brought this up because it comes up every once in a while in the support tickets. Someone will say, "Would TraderSpost contact my broker on my behalf to help me with an issue?" Um, and this
Sometimes.
comes in like yeah, very shapes and sizes. From what I've seen, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, when the problem has to do with, hey, we wonder if there's like some issue with TraderSpost specifically that's causing the issue. Of course, we want to investigate in order to see if we can, if there's an error that needs to be fixed or something we
Mhm.
can improve. But if it's a issue, if the error message is very clear and the situation is like clearly comes from your broker, we'll direct you to your broker in order to figure out what's going on with your account there.
Yep. Yeah, there are some instances where we see an error that we don't expect on our side. And because we have such close relationships with the brokers, we'll reach out to our contacts there and just kind of follow up on issues that we've seen crop up. But in terms of like mm, reaching out to the broker on your behalf to fix the issue as sort of a delegate, probably not. We need you to, as a user, to of course manage the trades you have with your broker, and in many cases the issues that you might experience are specific to your account. But when we see something that appears to affect more than one user on our side, we definitely try to reach out to the brokers and figure those issues out. So it's kind of case by case dependent.
And one thing to mention, and I see this all the time with the the people within the Discord, people will ask a question. I mean, I'm guilty of this too. People will ask a question, and the answer is often already in our documentation. And our documentation is actually very easy to search. You just press Command or Control K on your keyboard. You type in what you're looking for, and it'll surface the information that you need. So chances are, if other people have had this problem before, there's going to be something in the documentation in order to address it. And I'll always love when someone posts a question and then another member in the community will just send a doc. They'll send a link to the docs. This is where it's answered. This is where it's answered. They go, okay, yeah, we're doing our job properly if that's the case.
Yeah, and I want to always reiterate too that our documentation is actually built on an AI model. So when you use Control K on the documentation page and do a search, it's actually analyzing your input and determining if it can answer your question as well. So feel free to ask questions of the AI model because we specifically have written our documentation so that many of these questions have been answered on a page so that the model that's built on top of it is trained on that documentation. If somebody asks a question that we don't have in our documentation, we tend to go and add that into the documentation so that it shows up in the results. So, we realize there's a ton of stuff there, and using the search is a very quick way to surface what we have likely already written about.